Welcome or welcome back to A Better Choice Homestead. My name is Kelly, and on my channel, I focus on food, growing it, preparing it, and preserving it. And today we are going to be preparing some pumpkin seeds. I recently showed on a video preserving a year's worth of pumpkins, and from that we got a massive amount of seeds. And this isn't even all of them because I've already made one full batch of pumpkin seeds that filled this bowl about halfway full, but they've been thoroughly enjoyed just as a grab and go snack for the last couple of days. So it's time to get the rest of these done. If you have struggled or if you don't know how to make pumpkin seeds, then you're in the right place. This is super easy to do and the result is beautiful. Pumpkin seeds are really high in antioxidants and magnesium. The antioxidants are going to protect your cells from cellular change, and they also help reduce inflammation. And magnesium is really important for over 600 functions in your body, including maintaining healthy bones and a healthy heart, lots of other health benefits with these as well. They also contain a good amount of fiber, so they are gut healthy also. So this is a really good snack food to have on hand. So around this time of year, you know, the Halloween and the Thanksgiving and the Christmas, if you're doing anything pumpkin and you're sourcing a whole pumpkin, save the seeds, and we're going to show you how to make perfect pumpkin seeds. So what I do to start is I have a parchment paper lined baking sheet here. I've also got my oven preheating to 325 degrees. Now I'm gonna take some of these seeds that have been soaked for 24 hours and then kind of scrubbed a little bit, you know, under some running water with a colander underneath them, just to take off any remaining pumpkin bits. Then that water was dumped 24 hours later, and I soaked them again for another 24 hours in a salt water, and then I drained them, and then I laid them out on a couple of these pans just to get them dry. So they are thoroughly dry at this point. And I did save some. I've got some in a bowl that I've saved for planting next season. I saved maybe 10 or 12 seeds. So the rest of these are for roasting. So I've got a paper parchment lined sheet here, and I'm gonna just take some of the seeds so I can figure out how many I want to roast. I don't want them overlapping. I want them, you know, as best as possible to be fully exposed in the oven so they can toast up into that golden brown goodness. All right, so this looks like a good amount to me. So this is going to fill this tray nicely without a lot of overlap. And then I'm just going to lift the parchment paper so I can pick up the seeds and transfer them into a bowl. And to the bowl, I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil, just maybe a couple teaspoons worth. You don't need a lot. And then I'm just going to get in here with my hands and mix that all around so that they're all coated with the olive oil. A little messy because you're going to get olive oil all over your hands, but olive oil is actually good for your skin. And then we're going to pour these right back onto the tray. And then we're going to spread those out as best we can. Now they're a little sticky now because of the olive oil, but we are going to put these in the oven for 12 minutes. And then at that point, I'm going to take them out and I'm going to flip them over, and they will be drier at that point. So I will really be able to get them well spread for the second 12-minute stint in the oven. All right, so with these on the tray, now you get to flavor these however you want. These ones were done with just a little bit of salt and pepper. I've done them with curry powder. That's wonderful. I've done them with a buttermilk ranch powder. That's wonderful. I think in this batch right here, I will do the salt with a little bit of the buttermilk powder. And I'm just using my standard salt here, so Redmond's real salt. And I'm just gonna do a sprinkle. I don't personally like them super salty because that can dehydrate you, if you eat too many of them. And it's easy to kind of go overboard on these because they are so good for you and delicious. And then I have a buttermilk ranch powder here as well. This I source from Azure Standard. It's just a lovely flavoring. A little more liberal with this than the salt. You can do as much or as little as you'd like. Now I'm going to mix this up again because a lot of the spice went onto the parchment paper and the seeds have oil on them, so they'll pick them back up as you toss them around the pan. Just going to get those spread back out. And now these can go in for 12 minutes, and I'll bring you back in 12 minutes, let you see what they look like. We'll flip them, we'll respread them out, and then we'll finish them off. Our 12-minute timer just went off, so I'm going to pull those out. They are much drier now and just starting to take on some color. I'm going to move them around because the ones along the edges tend to get more brown. So we want to make sure we give all the seeds the opportunity to crisp up without burning. So just going to give them a good mix through here. And this is the point which you can spread them easier. Just make sure that you have a hold of the parchment paper at the same time, and then you can shake them and they just fall out beautifully. All right, so here's what they look like at the 12-minute mark. Now, oven times will vary because oven temps vary. My oven tends to run just a little bit hot. I'm not exactly sure how much. It could be upwards of 10 or even 20 degrees. So I do mine 12 minutes and 12 minutes, but you might want to check yours after 10, and it may take as much as 15. But for now, we're going to put these back in. These look great. Our timer has gone off. These are done super quick. So in under 30 minutes, you can have a whole tray of pumpkin seeds done. And these look fantastic. They're gonna taste even better. Now, I have another tray to do, and I've been deciding what flavors I want to do. I really wanna do a turmeric and black pepper blend, but I'm probably the only one who would enjoy that. So I am about to start preserving all of my butternut squash, and I will save the seeds from those as well, and I will prep them the same way to cook those up. They are also very nutritious for you. So I think I'll save the turmeric one for the butternut squash seeds. And so I think we're just gonna go with a standard salt and a little bit of black pepper on the other. That seems to be the most popular in the house. But let me give you a close-up of these, and then we'll quickly prep for the next batch. Here they are. They look absolutely amazing. They are perfectly toasted and perfectly seasoned. So all I'm gonna do is carefully lift the parchment paper away from the hot pan. And make sure that I've got them away from the edges of the parchment paper as well. And then I can just pop them into a bowl that I can put a lid on for counter storage. A perfect bowl of pumpkin seeds. All right, let's give these ones a try. They're still a little bit warm. These are so good. They're so good, and they're so healthy for you. I do buy pepitas as well because pumpkin seeds are truly a beneficial food for your overall health. But for the fiber, you definitely want the shells as well. And these are just absolutely delicious. And they're perfectly toasted. So good. All right, let's do one more round. I think I can bake the rest of these up in one final round. So I'm just going to get all of these into the bowl. Maybe not. We'll see. This is a lot of seeds. Quite a bit in here. And again, I'm just going to drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil, a teaspoon or so. If you use too much olive oil, it's not going to hurt anything. Olive oil is very beneficial for your health as well, but it is going to make them a little bit greasy even after they come out of the oven. So you don't want to be too liberal with it. I didn't used to dry my seeds out when making pumpkin seeds. I would just do the 2 soaks and then drain them and then put them on and cook them. But it really made for a wide variable in the cooking time. Some would get burned, some would not be cooked at all. So drying them out completely before roasting them, I have found to be the game changer. All right, so we're gonna do the best we can to spread these out, keeping in mind that our pan is still warm, 325-degree oven, so still is a bit warm. And we should be fine with getting these seeds toasted up. Not too many. Salt and pepper. Gonna be a little liberal here with the salt. That was maybe half a tablespoon. And this is a large sheet pan. And then some pepper. I go easy on the pepper. I've done them before with a lot of pepper by request, and they were pretty hard to enjoy. It was really peppery. So I just do a light sprinkle of pepper. And then we're mixing them up again to pick up all the spices that fell onto the parchment paper. And I'm just reusing the parchment paper. No need to, waste multiple sheets. I'm just going to get them spread out as best as I can. And this is ready to go back in the oven for 12 minutes. 12 minutes goes by pretty quick. And these are ready for their first stir and redistributed spread. We'll keep that oven hot while we do this. We want to get them flipped. I think I just lost two under the parchment paper. See if I can get those up without burning myself. All right. No harm done. They look so good. Okay, again, I'm just gonna make sure I have a hold of the parchment paper so it doesn't go flying. So a thumb on either side, and we're just gonna give it a shake. Now that's redistributed them across the pan. And then I'm just gonna use the spatula to kind of work them out a little better into the corners. But we really do have a nice single layer here. I'll get these popped back in and I'll give you a close-up of what they look like when they come out. 12 more minutes. And we're done. It was that simple. Took an hour to do all of those pumpkin seeds. And they are absolutely perfect. Let's give you a close-up look at this golden goodness, and then we'll give it a little try. These are perfectly toasted. They're just a little bit browned, just golden, not at all burnt at all. They smell good, and I'm sure they're going to taste just as good as these original salt and pepper seeds here. So I'm just going to get those into this bowl, and then we have 2 bowls of pumpkin seeds. This being the salt and pepper, and the other being the salt and buttermilk ranch flavor. That's a nice deep bowl of beautiful seeds. These are likely going to be still just a little bit hot. They feel okay. They are perfectly crunchy. They're delightful. Not too salty, which is good. Tiny little bit of black pepper on them. These are a wonderful treat to have around. You can munch on some while you're watching a movie or a show. I just recently started watching the series Lost again. When it first came out, we had recently moved here to New York from California, and my son was still pretty young. He was under 10 at the time, and I missed a lot of it. And somehow it came up in a feed on Facebook or something, a video, maybe it was YouTube, somebody just kind of breaking down the different seasons in Lost, and I realized I missed so much. So I just recently started watching this series over again, and now I have a little snack that can accompany me on that journey. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have a secret special ingredient that you like to use when you roast your pumpkin seeds. I will be doing my butternut squash seeds here pretty soon, and that's going to be the turmeric and black pepper flavor. If you'd like to see that, let me know down in the comments below as well. Thank you so much for joining me for another Sunday Fun Day. My name is Kelly. You're at A Better Choice Homestead, and I do hope you come back and visit again soon.